नहमदहु व नुसल्ली अला रसूलिहिल करीम अम्मा बाद अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम रब्बिश्रह ली सदरी व यस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली रब्बी ज़िदनी इल्मा. Language is made from sentences. Sentences conveys thoughts. When anything doesn't fulfill what it is meant to be, then in Arabic language it is said to be naqis. So murakkab naqisa mean a sentence which does not explains the complete thought, a part of a sentence. Learning the pieces will make you understand the concept of whole picture. Murakkab tam, complete sentence. Murakkab naqis, incomplete sentence. A fragment is less than a sentence but more than a word. A fragment is formed when two or more words come together but do not form a complete thought. Words in a different fragments have a relationship with each other. Sometimes this relationship is between a harf and an ism, and sometimes it is between an ism and another ism. There are 5 basic fragments in Arabic language. First, we will study the fragment construction of al-jar wal-majroor. Remember the definition of harf, a word that is incomplete unless it is followed by another ism or a fail. When we talk about al-jar wal-majroor fragment, then al-jar means the harf of jar and majroor is ism with jar status. So this fragment is made up of 2 parts. The first is called harf of jar and second is ism with jar status. This is the first of 2 reasons for the word to be jar status. Nothing can come between a jar and majroor. The 2 parts of this fragment cannot have a long distance relationship. Also know that harf of jar can only affect an ism. It is never followed by a fail or a harf. There are 17 harf of jar. Once you memorize them, recognize and constructing al-jar wal majroor becomes easy. For words ba, ta, kaf, lam, waw, these harf of jar will attach directly to the ism. La usually takes kasra, but it takes fatha as well when it comes before all attached pronouns, except for ye, the attached version of ana. Second type of fragment is harfun nasab wa ismuha. It's again and harf and ism relationship, harf of nasab and ism in nasab status. Unlike jar majroor, the 2 parts of this fragment can have a long distance relationship. In cases where ism directly follows the harf of nasab, you can spot this fragment by understanding that you will never find a harf of nasab alone. Every harf of nasab needs an ism for its completion. These are harf of nasab. Memorize them, memorize their meanings. Inna, anna, ka'anna, laita, lakinna, la'alla, bianna, lianna. When something comes between harf of nasab and its ism, mostly jar majroor or some special mudaf, simply look for the first word in nasab status and ignore everything in between. Harf of nasab that ends with na is attached to pronouns because attached pronouns are also ism. So when harf of nasab with na merges with ni, then the 2 nas merge together. For example, when there is a need to write inna and ni, then it becomes innani. Ni is attached version of ana. Next type of fragment is idafa, construction that indicate possessions or belonging. You can learn it from this. Next type of fragment is al-mawsuf was sifa. Like other fragments, it is made up of 2 parts. The first is the mawsuf, an ordinary ism, and second part is sifa, a descriptive word, an adjective that follows ism. In Arabic language, adjective comes after the ism, whereas in English the adjective comes before the noun. There is a condition applied to this al-mawsuf was sifa fragment. In terms of its grammar, mawsuf must match with its sifa in all 4 properties: status, number, gender and type. Like if mawsuf is plural, then its sifa must also be plural. Also keep in mind that ism that is inherently proper, such as pronoun nouns, pointing words, or ism mausul cannot appear as mausuf. It is important to note that when names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is appear in succession, they are not considered as mausuf wa sifa, even if they match in all four properties, like Wallahu Ghaniyun Hamidun wa huwa Samiyun Alimun. Next fragment is Ismul Ishara wa Musharun Ilai. This fragment, like other, is made up of two parts. The first is pointing word Ismul Ishara. The second is that which is being pointed out. An ism relationship. Like in English, you say that cow. That would be Ismul Ishara and cow would be Musharun Ilai. Following are the grammatical rules for this fragment. The Ismul Ishara and Musharun Ilai must match in all four properties. The Musharun Ilai must have al on it. Nothing can comes between Ismul Ishara and Musharun Ilai. There is Ismul Ishara for near and far pointings, like Hada, this masculine, Hadehi, this feminine, Hadani, both of these masculine, Hatani, both of these feminine, Haulai, for these masculine and feminine, Dhalika, that masculine, Tilka, that feminine, Dhanika, both of those masculine, Tanika, both of those feminine, and Ulaika, both of those masculine and feminine. Remember them along with their meanings. The singular and plural version of pointers are non-flexible, while pair version functions like a normal pair-ending combination. Nasab and jar versions of pointer is hadaini, hataini, dhainika, tainika. Continuous repetition and learning from example helps in learning the concepts easily. Open the Mus'haf and see the examples like dhalikal kitabu, like ulaika rusulu. At least take one word from Musaf and think about it, contemplate it in order to never ending dive in deep ocean of knowledge for the sake of struggle for everlasting success. There are two additional concepts that are connected to this part. First is Ismul Ishara in other fragments. When Ismul Ishara like Hada, Ulaika is added in other fragments like Jar Majroor, like Mudaf Ilay, then what would be the basic rules? Keep in mind that most Ismul Ishara are non-flexible, so they do not show different endings for different statuses. If we look at our list of fragments and try to plug in Ismul Ishara in the place of an ism, we would find it in the following fragments. Presence of Ismul Ishara after Harf of Jar in Jar Majroor fragment, after Harf of Nasab in Harf of Nasab wa Ismuha fragment, or as a Mudaf Ilay in an Idafa fragment. And in a fragment like Mausuf wa Sifa and as a Mudaf, this does not work because it does not make sense in the language. Now take these three examples. Fi Hada, Harf of Jar and its ism is Majroor is Ismul Ishara, and Harf of Nasab Inna and its ism is Haulai, and Mudaf Bada and its ism is Dhalika Ismul Ishara. Ismul Ishara is also found in complex fragments. For example, Ismul Ishara wa Musharun Ilai fragment is connected to an other fragment. If we want to say in this house in Arabic, we would say Fi Hadal Bayt. Notice that we have a Jar Majroor fragment Ism Al Ishara wa Musharun Ilai. Ismul Ishara wa Musharun Ilay must match in all four properties, therefore they must match in status. So in the example above, Fi Hadal Baiti, the effect of Fi, Harf of Jar, transfer through the Ismul Ishara and see Jar in Musharun Ilay. And likewise, look at the example, Liha Ulail Qawmi, Inna Hadal Quran, Min Hadihil Qaryati, Baitu Dhalika Rajul. An easy way to figure out the status of Musharun Ilay is to think of the Ismul Ishara as a pipe that transfer any status change through it directly to the the musharun ilay. Like fi, harf of jar, wanted its majroor to be in jar status. So ismul ishara will be jar status and musharun ilay will also be in jar status with the effect of fi. With the effect of inna, nasab status is transferred from ismul ishara to musharun ilay, pointing at an idafa. Recall that mudaf cannot have an al. Recall also that musharun ilay must have al. So when pointing at an idafa, how are these two rules reconciled? How would you point, for instance, at the fragment Baytullahi? Hada Baytullahi would not be fragment because there is no al on the word following the ismul ishara. On the other hand, Hadal Baytullahi would not be correct because bayt is mudaf and cannot take an al. The solution is to place ismul ishara after the idafa. The correct way to point at the fragment would be Baytullahi hada. Take a look at the following examples. Fi amihim hada, biwarkikum hada. And second concept is connector letters. Harf ul atf. There are a handful of haruf in Arabic that are used to connect unit of languages. These connectors can come between asma fragments or sentences. They are called harful atf. When these haruf are used to connect between two or more ism, they carry over the status of that ism. The most common of the harful atf is waw, which translates as and. The other haruful atf will be introduced at a later part. When labeling something that contains a harf atf, the harf itself is simply labeled as harf atf. Whatever comes after the harf is labeled as ma'tufun ala blank. What goes in the blank is whatever comes before the harf. Take a look at the following example. Allahu war rasulu. Al-waw harf atf, ar-rasulu ma'tuf ala lafzul jalala. When speaking of the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, grammatically we use the term lafzul jalala out of respect. This translates as the name of Allah or literally the name of majesty. Innal muslimina wal muslimati wal mu'minina wal mu'minati wal qanitina wal qanitati was sadiqina was sadiqati was sabirina was sabirati wal khashiyina wal khashiyati wal mutasaddiqina wal mutasaddiqati was saimina was saimati. Notice how the effect of inna is carried on to so many words by using harf atf. The waw is connecting a series of asma and they will carry the same status. Abu Muhammadin wa Mahmudin wa Ahmad wa Fatimata wa Musa wa Zakariya. Father of Muhammad and Mahmud and Ahmad and Fatima and Musa and Zakariya. Notice how series of asma are connected as a multiple mudaf ilay to a single mudaf by use of connector letter waw. All the connected words are jar status because they are connected as mudaf ilay. Keep in mind different asma show jar status in different ways. Review the jar status. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.